Um, yeah,
Yeah,
and Barb's not gonna be here, right?
Barb's gonna be late.
Oh, she will be here?
We're hoping, I mean, it's unpredictable, right?
I forgot to bring my receipts.
Oh, don't, yeah, we can take care of that.
She'll be there tonight?
No,
No. I'll just give them to you.
yeah, yeah. Stacy. So we'll shoot for noon again for lunch, and critique after and.
What?
You ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. As promised, I'm going to do grayscale today, or you can do monochromatic. The idea is not to be so concerned about color. You can let that go. I'm going to start off with this pen again. Don't be afraid to go off the side of the sheet. Everyone hear that?
Yep, we're listening.
Because we all know you can't have everything in the center, right? Isn't that a rule?
Well, no, it is now.
No, it isn't.
There are no rules.
Uh, and here's another one that gets me. You have to have 3 items. You can't just have 2 because 2 is not a.
Oh, the odd number rule.
What is that? Who cares? But come on. Remember, you can't overdo it on the elements. The idea is to get down contrast. So that means a variety of elements. Mostly line to start off with, at least the way I do it. And followed by shape, texture, direction. All right. even know what this is.
If you guys are on Facebook, that kind of stuff, and you're exhibiting somewhere, make sure you're connected with Michigan Watercolor so we can share that information for people to come to your reception or support what you're doing. Take advantage of our community. Because I never do it. Well, you got up this morning. I've got friends that post every meal. And I go,
No,
thanks.
I just eat.
Yeah.
I have this friend, she takes a picture of every meal before she eats at her restaurant and posts.
Yeah.
I try to stick to my work and stuff on posting. Occasionally I do family stuff. How many of you subscribe to my newsletter? Go on my website, one of the menu items up at the top is subscribe. Imagine that.
How often does it come out, Stan?
Not very often. I don't,
Well, that's a good thing.
because, I don't want to spam anyone. And I mean, I subscribe to a lot of artist newsletters, and some of them send out one every day or one every week, and, but, and I don't mind. I look at what they have. But I don't,
Oh, I'm so sorry.
it takes me a little time. I don't know what, if anything, I don't know how much this will be. Because I stated earlier that this is dangerous, and it is, because it doesn't, it's volatile.
Oh, yeah.
It is black, but when you add. What are you using? That's art.
Art graph?
Okay.
Stan, does that come in colors as well? as-
Yes, it comes, I think there's a red, there's terracotta. Yeah, there's a blue, and I have some,
Charcoal or a pastel? What is it?
I don't know what it is. It's, I'm sure it's carbon-based,
Okay.
and there's a white too. Since I'm doing grayscale, that will be legal. But I don't know how it's gonna react.
your pictures from yesterday on the Michigan Watercolor page,
Oh, good, good.
where that one said, that Stan sucked.
Oh, you couldn't post that one on there. You could have left that one off.
Which one was that?
Yeah, he's
Don't
being
go
a
to the one
liar.
in his workshop. Now, does watercolor go over the art draft? It's not a resist, right?
No, it's not. It mixes with the art graph. So, I said yesterday I was going to use burnt sienna and ultramarine blue.
Yep.
For the perfect gray, right? Yeah, I can tell it's too burnt sienna-ish, so I need to add some blue.
What are you mixing?
Burnt sienna and ultramarine blue.
Is that dark? Yeah, but that doesn't look like it's, yeah, it looks like.
And as usual, mixing grays is challenging. And the paper plate is absorbing the pigment. So it's going to be monochromatic. Not bad, huh?
I like that.
Stan, I'm gonna be stealing some of your stuff when I do this in about a month here. Do I have to give you royalties? Of course, I'm not getting paid.
No, what are, there's no stealing. I mean,
What are you doing with the gouache now? You just have white gouache?
yeah, that's white gouache. I just put it in to my gray mixture,
Oh, you do.
which is slowly being absorbed into the paper. Now remember, this gouache is just like acrylic. It dries darker than you see it when you mix it or put it down, as opposed to watercolor, which dries lighter. What do I do now? So I had this line already. You saw me scratch it in there. So what I'm doing is just extending that line, but now it's it's not a line. It's a division between two sections or shapes. Those are little things I do that enhance the painting. I can't work backwards. Same thing here. I have this kind of a flow right here. You see that? But it's broken up here because I don't want to divide it in half. Whoa. Big chunk of blue. Oh. That's what happens when you use a Stan Kurth mixing method. You get it at the top of the ferrule there, and man, I just had that little brush. What did I do with it? Oh. Did I mention that I shot a shotgun competitively for 10 years?
Oh.
I did mention that to you.
Yes.
And I shoot left-handed, like this. But I'm right-handed. But certain things I do left-handed. Does that make me ambidextrous?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good.
Are you right or left eye?
I changed the dominancy of my eye when I shot trap because I learned to shoot left-handed shooting a rifle where I closed my right eye because it was dominant. So when I started shooting trap, you have to have both eyes open. And that's a problem because I'm seeing two barrels.
Yeah.
So I put a little patch up here on the corner of my glasses, which gave my left eye dominancy. Eventually, I didn't have to wear that patch. My left eye was dominant.
Yeah.
And people go, you can't change the dominancy of your eye. Well,
You did.
you know what? You can say whatever you want, but I did. Oh, needs more cowbell. Which means, what did I do? Here it is. You know what? This is my favorite brush. Obviously, I've had it a long time, and you can see that it's taken some wear and tear.
Looks like one of my brushes at the dog pit.
David Becker had a favorite brush too, his tree brush.
Oh, yeah.
That
What-
was similar.
His ears must be burning. Tracy, did you see all your birthday wishes yesterday?
I saw some of them. Tuesday or whatever.
They're still coming.
Are they still really? Yeah, I didn't have a chance to. Is she? Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm blending, I'm taking away some of the hard edges, so I'm creating soft focus, hard, you know. I'm obscuring some of the edges, bringing certain things into focus.
Are you feeling you have too much detail up in that area, and that's why you're obscuring it?
Yeah, not just that area, other areas too. Um, because you don't want to look at too much. I mean, unless it's stochastic like Jackson Pollock. I mean, it's just one big shape. How many of you are familiar with the painting Lavender Mist? Um, it's one of Jackson Pollock's big paintings. And it's a really nice painting, and it's
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it doesn't cover the entire canvas, so there's a big shape that's made out of all his drips. So I pull out the chalk writer, do a little,
Get it for 20, 15%.
what's that?
You can get
the
it for
print for
15% off.
15%.
You can get the print for 15% off the print. Sorry.
You can buy it for $39.99.
Yeah, that's right, that's what I got.
In Etsy.
Yeah, that's what came up.
Now, is the chalk, is that really like writing with chalk?
Well, according to the title of the instrument,
This is it.
but it doesn't feel chalky to me, it feels viscous, but
Waxy?
yeah, like the, those woodies.
It's kind of creamy.
It's the chalk, chalk markers, chalk.
What's it called, Stan?
It's called it's a craft decor chalk writer.
Chalk
Yeah, it's a pretty painting.
How big is it?
Let's see if it'll tell me. It's probably, 30 feet by 80 feet.
Does it say on there? Because it's a huge painting.
Yeah.
Oh, it's very waxy.
Yeah, it doesn't show that there's white around it. You had said it didn't cover the whole canvas. They don't really show that.
It is,
It may not. I might be thinking of a different one, but
88 inches by 119.
that's huge.
That doesn't stop.
But there's sections in there where there's, relief around the edges, I think.
It says 87 by 118. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Seems kind of small for him. Well, it's over, 9 feet, I guess. That's about right.
What are some of the other artists that you follow, Stan?
Artists that I follow?
Like
What?
you said you subscribe to newsletters, what are some of the other ones that you like?
The one I mentioned yesterday, oh, come on, what's her name? Someone help me out.
I have Robert Burge and Don Andrews.
I follow Robert Burridge. I used to subscribe to the Bob Blast, but
You don't like those every day?
no. Well, I don't watch them every day. Come on. I get,
Sue Anderson?
huh? Ron Stoke, Gene Peterson, and some of them don't do them very often. So when I do this blending, oftentimes I'm creating gradients, which also make the painting more dynamic. So what makes various shapes interesting is what's going on inside of them. If it's just a solid color and static, then it's not as interesting as if there's texture and, shapes within shapes, and not in this case, but sometimes color. So, variety of colors and gradients. All right, that's it. So, you might want to come up here and take a look at it because it looks a lot different here than it does there. So, you know what to do? Carry on.
Oops. I think it's a waiter.
Waiter carrying a bunch of stuff,
See, I
and there's
saw
a fairy,
castle
and there's a
like-
fairy godmother right there, putting things on it.
Oh, you're right, mine's on mine too.
But he's definitely a waiter.
Getting a big shadow.
It's different. It's a hunter outside of a deer blind.
What is this?
It's a hunter outside of a deer blind.
Yes, I felt.